Hola, soy Dani. Howdy, friends. Welcome to your very last day of Chalice Camp. Lean into love, a journey of feelings and identity. I know it is one of those bittersweet moments, but today it's all about celebration. And I am celebrating with the wonderful Veronica.
Good morning. It's been a good week.
And Mindy, good morning, everyone. Happy Friday.
So happy Friday. Let's get moving. Let's get excited. Today is about joy. It's about celebration. So let us join with Mindy and Song about being joyful as we come together.
So this morning we're going to start with enter, rejoice, and come in. And we're going to have a fun little hand clap movement. So it goes like this. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. You want to try it with me?
Yes, I do.
Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Great job. So, once again, quick reminder, you can find the lyrics in your Friday sleeve of your Chalice Camp book. And we're going to go without our trusty microphones this morning because we need our two hands to clap when we hit the word joyful. All right, let's begin. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Open your ears to the song. Open your ears to the song. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Open your hearts, everyone. Open your hearts, everyone. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Don't be afraid of some change. Don't be afraid of some change. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. One more time. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in.
All right, that's one of my, when I first started coming to the church as a, what would I have been, sixth grader? That's something that we sang like every spirit school. Like it's been a while now, but at one point in time we sang that pretty much every Sunday at spirit school. Is one of my favorites.
It is a fun song.
Yeah, it's really fun. I love the joyful. I'm here for that. I think that's cool. Also, the don't be afraid of some change. I have a problem with that. I don't like change, but it's important and it's good.
Life lessons in song.
Life lessons, yep, in songs for kids. It's great. I love it. All right, so now we are going to get out our chalices, our trusty chalices in whatever shape they may take, and we are going to prepare to light our chalice. And so we've got some chalice lighting words, the last ones of the week. These ones come from Aisha Hauser and Susan Lawrence. We are Unitarian Universalists with minds that think, hearts that love, and hands that are ready to serve. Together we care for our earth and work for friendship and peace in our world. So we'll do that one more time. We are Unitarian Universalists with minds that think, hearts that love, and hands that are ready to serve. Together we care for our earth and work for friendship and peace in our world. Thank you. Light the chalice. Alrighty, so now it is time for our schedule. So it's Friday, it's celebration. At 10 a.m. we'll do our craft of the day, which we will be turning old Chalice Camp t-shirts, yep, yellow cardstock, turning old Chalice Camp t-shirts into masks to protect us and everybody around us when we're out and about. Yeah, Winnie the Pooh's got his mask on. So those will be in your binder, the cloth to turn them in, and that'll be a cool craft. Then there will be a Zoom hangout at 11, and at noon we will have a game time, which today is freeze dance. Gotta love freeze dance. At 2, it'll be story time with our wonderful librarian at the Norama Walker Youth Library, so that'll be very enjoyable. And then we'll have another Zoom hangout at 3:30. 4 o'clock, as always, will be science with the wonderful Nicholas. And then at 5, we will have our closing, which will have today a very special additional piece of celebration, where Dani will be announcing the winners of the Junk Monster contest. So that'll be really cool. That'll be awesome. And then we extinguish the chalice, have our song, have our joys and sorrows, and finish off camp real strong. But now we got to continue the morning opening with our hero. Our hero today is Reverend Bill Sinkford. Well, Reverend Dr. William G. Sinkford, but he goes by Reverend Bill Sinkford. Reverend Sinkford is the senior minister at First Church in Portland, Oregon. There he is, looking awesome as ever. He was the president of the Unitarian Universal Association, first from 2001 to 2009. He was also my minister when I was going to college up at Portland. He's very cool. When he was president, he did a lot of public witness for social justice, and he supported marginalized communities. He was the first African American to lead any traditionally white denomination, and he was named one of the 10 most influential Black religious leaders in the U.S. in both 2005 and 2006. In 2017, when his successor, Reverend Peter Morales, resigned as president of the UUA, Reverend Sinkford, along with our very own Reverend Sophia and Dr. Leon Spencer, became interim co-presidents of the UUA. So he was president twice, and that lasted from April to June. He is a funny, very powerful speaker who never fails to lead the congregation out to protests and witnesses in Portland. And it was an absolutely fantastic privilege to get to hear him speak many Sundays while I was in college.
Thanks for teaching us about Reverend Bill. Is that what he likes to be called, Reverend Bill?
Reverend Sinkford, but yeah, Bill is. We call him Bill Sinkford way more often than we would ever call William Sinkford. I don't know. Saying that out loud sounds funny.
Isn't that funny how we all have different names that like we go by? Like my name's Erin Danielle, but I'm Dani. And I think if anybody ever called me Erin Danielle, like I would just like not even process that they were speaking. What do you guys have that are strange nicknames? You should comment and let us know what your real names versus your nicknames, which are, I think, sometimes more our real names than our legal names.
Unless you're like me, I don't. A couple people have given me nicknames, usually against my will. I like my name.
I've had a nickname for about 30 plus years. Everyone calls me Miss Mindles. And it stuck. Like it. Someone said it once and it stuck, and it's been that way ever since.
Yeah. Man, probably because I've been such a camp kid my whole life. I've had so many nicknames besides just like being Dani instead of Erin Danielle. Like I've been Calamity Dani because I'm so klutzy. And I've been the NDB because I'm a busybody and never can sit still. But I think my favorite camp nickname is MacGyver because I would cause a calamity but know how to fix it. So that's where MacGyver came from.
Important thing. Yeah, camp's giving me some interesting names.
Yeah, camp does that. So speaking of camp, like I want to tell a story about like a competition between two campers. So camper hare and camper tortoise were in the same group, and like all summer camps, they would gather and they would talk about their days and they would talk about their skills and then get to know, and they'd talk with, you know, like Skunk and Badger and Raven, and everybody would kind of share what they're good at. But one thing that Hare would always do is he would boast about how fast he was. Dude, I'm so fast. You don't see me. You just see the dust at my feet, he would say. He was a zoom, like the joy that we just sang. And he loved to brag about how fast he was. But something he did that wasn't so great was that he would pick on people who were kind of slow, like my buddy Tortoise. And Tortoise would say, you know what, I'm really cool and I know that I can get to where I'm going. And she was just so strong and brave and powerful, and she just sat in her truth that she knew wherever it was that she needed to go, she was going. And anybody who runs, like really runs marathons or 5Ks, will tell you that it's not speed, it's endurance that matters. And Turtle knew this, and she was very proud of the fact that she never gave up and she always just kept going, slow and steady, finishing wherever she wanted to go to. Well, Hare was picking on Tortoise and saying how fast he was and how cool he was and how he was going to zoom at the annual camp race. And he was like, you know what? I'm so fast that I can run the full camp obstacle course without any of my teammates, just faster than anybody else. And Tortoise kind of looked at him and was like, well, obstacle course is a relay race. You're supposed to have friends. Maybe there's a reason you do it as a team. Whatevs, braggart. So she was willing to accept Hare's bet that he, on his own, could run the obstacle course at camp faster than anybody else. Cool. You do you, Bunny Rabbit. So Tortoise got her friends together, and she got with Hippo, and she got with Swan, and she got with her buddy Raven, who was actually not allowed to do the obstacle course because he had hurt his wing, so he was disqualified. But she sent Raven up to the top of the tree to look out because Raven was going to be the commentator. So she talked to them about the relay race that they were going to do, and they decided that for the going on your army crawl thing where you got to go through the swamp because an obstacle course isn't an obstacle course without swamp work, that was going to be Hippo's jam. Like Hippo was going to be like doo 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 doo. I don't know why it's the Jaws song, but that's what Hippo was going to do. And then her buddy, what was her other buddy? I've forgotten what her other buddy was. Can anybody help me? Anybody listen to the story? Remember the other buddy?
Hippo and Raven and
Swan.
Swan, right. So Swan was going to do the swimming part. Swan was going to do the swim because it was kind of like a triathlon-y thing, except for instead of the bicycle, there was the mud swamp. So Swan's going through the water, and then Turtle was going to do the last bit of the leg, which was the running. And it was a fairly good amount of running. It was a 2-mile run, which is pretty rough because that's like 8 laps around a track. Like that's a lot. So the day of the event, Raven squawked out, on the mark, get set, go! So there they go, and they're off. And Bunny Rabbit, and Mr. Hare goes, takes off, just like Sonic. And splashes through all the mud and it's going everywhere, and it's like hippos like trotting through it. Do, 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 do. The mud splashing all over, but hippo doesn't mind. You know why? Because hippos like mud. They dig it. That's one of the things they like. See what I did there? Digging mud. Anyway, so they're prodding along, and then Hare gets to the water, and you know what? Hare's so fast, he like charges his feet up, runs right across the water like the Jesus, and goes so fast. Swan doesn't need to go on top of the water. She just glides through it, quick, taking her time, and she presses her beak to Tortoise's shell, and Tortoise starts running on the race, on the track, going. Do, 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 do. Meanwhile, Hare's going vroom, vroom, vroom. But by now, Hare is a little bit winded because like the swamp and the water, like that was a lot. And he had to run really fast to go across the water and not get his fur wet. And you know what? Tortoise is like 4 laps behind me. Like I've only got 1 lap left. I'm gonna just kind of close my eyes and just like rest for a second and catch my breath. But you know what happens when you've expended a ton of energy and you close your eyes? Sometimes you nod off, if you know what I'm saying. So the nod off. Meanwhile, Tortoise, do, 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 do. Oh, look, Hare is just laying on the track, not sleeping. Oh, I'll keep going. Do, 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 do. I'm kind of thirsty, but I'm going to keep going. Do, 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 do. It's really hot, but I'm going to keep going. Do, 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 do. And just as Tortoise sees the finish line, all the rest of camp is there. What does camp do when they see Tortoise? Yeah! They start cheering. And what does the cheering do? It wakes up Hare. I gotta go! Zoom! Up and out and running and closing in on Tortoise. And Tortoise is like, do, 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 do. I'm almost there. Hare is right behind her, but she doesn't care. She just puts out her arm and crosses the finish line seconds before Hare. Everybody goes wild. They're so tired of listening to bragging Hare that they're just so excited that somebody beat him. And Tortoise is being congratulated. Good job, you did great. And Tortoise is like, no, 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 no. I did not do this alone. My friend Swan and my friend Hippo, we did this together the way it was meant to be done. This is a team building thing. And we're going to celebrate the fact that we're a team and we accomplished something together. We're not going to celebrate the fact that Hare lost. Sometimes it's more about what we do with our friends and the journey we get to, and than it is what happens at the end. I don't know if you've ever played a soccer game that was really, really close and you're like super sweaty, but it's like raining and you're just playing with your friends and having a good time. Or maybe it's football, or maybe it's tag, and everybody's just laughing. And it doesn't matter if you're it or you're not it, like the joy is playing together. And I think sometimes just being with one another and playing together, even if it's on a Zoom game, like our awesome charades game that we played earlier, or when we did three-headed monster and we were all laughing together, those are the things that are worth celebrating. Not whether or not you won and whether or not you're better than anybody else. Because let's face it, we all have things that we're skilled at and not skilled at. So we should celebrate what's great in us, and we should celebrate what's great in each other. And we should remember that at the end of the day, at the end of camp, whether it be Chalice Camp's journey that's ending, or whether it's the end of a school year, the end of a big sports event, what matters is that we've become the best versions of ourselves as we played. And that's the things that are really, really worth celebrating. And I think that that's something to keep in mind as we end. And I'm gonna send you with that is my thought of the day, because I like the idea of ending our first assembly the way that we end so many of our worship services, because I want you all to remember that you are loved, you are cherished, you are not alone. And as we go out through our last day, I want you to remember that we want you to have safe passage and that we are all in this together.
So our closing song to end the week, and what a great week it was, is Safe Passage. I'm not sure if you have lyrics for this, but many of you probably know it already. And if not, and you're with someone in the room, you can gently hold hands, or you can close your eyes and imagine that you are holding hands of somebody that you miss seeing and that you're not able to see right now. And so I will sing the first verse, and then we'll repeat it and we'll sing it all together. May we have safe passage, safe, safe passage. May we have safe passage, safe passage on our way. Does that sound like something you've heard before? You've probably heard that in church. Okay, let's sing it all together. May we have safe passage, safe, safe passage. May we have safe passage, safe passage on our way. Safe passage on our way, brother. Safe passage on our way, sister. Safe passage on your way, sweet children. Safe passage on our way. May we have safe passage, safe, safe passage. May we have safe passage, safe passage on our way. Have safe passage, everyone.